I can't skip past my cheerleader story without talking about your cheerleader story. And it's not what the audience is thinking. It's not like the young, hot Dakota Meyer and the cheerleaders. It's a lesson about learning to trust and how important it is, and staying humble, which you, I understand, were taught firsthand while in high school.
Absolutely. Yeah. I was a football player, unlike Rob. I wasn't getting beat up, unlike Rob.
I got to bring up old shit.
But like I was your typical, I ran track, played football, played some basketball, and that's what I did. And so there was these, they're like sisters, these girls, and Mary and Mackenzie, and they were cheerleaders. And so, I was always we had that, brother, sister kind of lingo, your conversation, whatever you want to call it, picking on each other. And I was like, you guys are cheerleaders. Like, that's not even a real sport. And so then they're like, well, you should come with us. And I was like, I'll come one day. Yeah, I'll come to your cheerleading, gymnastics, or whatever it was. And so we went over, and it was I guess it was like a travel team or whatever. And so got over there, and I did their gymnastics, and we did, where you do back tucks and things, back handsprings and whatever. And afterwards, they were going to do like some stunt stuff. Well, they had this great idea that in a basket toss, the back is like really the person that, catches the head of the person that you're tossing. They're the person that, is throwing. You get probably the most leverage on throwing. So we had this girl, her name was Keisha. She was tiny. And so come over here and do this basket toss. And I'm not going to lie, hanging out with a bunch of girls was not so bad. And went over there and threw up, got under it. And I was like, I got to show off. There's all these girls watching. So I threw Keisha, and the ceiling in this place was not the highest. And I'll never forget, Keisha went up in the basket toss, and she had to lay flat so that she didn't slam into the ceiling and came back down. And I caught her, and, and it was really humbling for me to, see just what it took to be a cheerleader. And so obviously I had to join. I was forced to join. It wasn't that I liked it or anything. But just being, understanding and just seeing just the athleticism that it took for those girls to do that and to be part of it was something that, I got taught, and to be humble about it. Was something I got taught real early.
And to trust the people that they're going to catch you. That's like the military summed up in a line or two, right? Like, nothing's going to happen unless you trust each other to have each other's back. You get thrown up in the air, or you go out first on the mission. It doesn't happen unless you've got this brotherhood or sisterhood.
Yeah, and it's the same thing in life, right? Everything I've done, whether it's played football, whether it's work on a farm, whether it's be a firefighter, whether it's be a cheerleader, whatever it is, everything's been a team sport for me, and life's a team sport.
The need to maintain calm in stressful situations, whether it's being tossed up with the ceiling coming towards your face like Keisha did, but not panic, has been a central theme, really, of both of your stories, really. In extreme circumstances, the ability not to panic cannot be overstated, but not everyone has it. And it's one of the things they try to train you when you're getting ready for these missions. And I know, Rob, you've talked about how fear, when people say, how do you not get afraid? And you're like, I don't know. Don't ask me. I'm afraid every time. But there's a line between fear and panic. Not everyone can find it. Talk about it and how you mastered it.
That's a tough one to teach. It needs to be learned through observation. And I remember even the first time I went to war, I was assuming the worst. Suicide bombers everywhere, gunfights everywhere. And as I'm creeping around, wasting energy trying to hide behind everything, every step I take, I look at my boss, and he just looked really cool. He was calm. And I just remember thinking, I want to be like that. I want to be cool like that. And what I've learned is calm can be contagious. No one can tell what you're feeling inside, but if you portray calm, everyone around you will be calm, and that'll happen. But fear is fine. Fear makes you think more clearly. Fear is when you're watching a movie and you can hear everything in your house. That's fear working for you. But it's when you start to freak out that it's dangerous. Panic is very, very contagious. The proof is recent. I will prove that panic is contagious. I call it the great toilet paper debacle of 2020. The reason that happened, as far as I know, and as far as most people should know, using toilet paper is not a survival necessity. It's just nice to have. You can get on with it without toilet paper. But someone freaked out at a store and bought all the toilet paper, and some asshole watched him do that. And he sprinted to the next store and he bought it all. And some other asshole watched him do it. And then everyone started doing it. Bam, we're out of toilet paper because one person panics. We all start to panic. And that's how it is. I mean, you can see it. It's actually fun. I get to go in airports all the time. I flew in here where I am today. I'm flying out tonight. I get to see people in airports, and people are generally nervous in airports. That's why there is no such thing as drinking alcohol too early is a problem in the airport. But watch people as somebody moves anywhere. As soon as they announce, hey, we'll be boarding this flight in 15 minutes, look around and watch people as one. It's like watching a herd of cattle. They start to move their heads. They start to stand up. And God forbid someone from zone 5 tries to board with zone 1. That's when the fight breaks out. And it's that thing where everybody panics. But we talked earlier about muscle memory. Once we get on the plane, muscle memory, how you should be, do everything like you do anything. I guarantee you the guy talking really, really loud on his phone in first class about how important he is in his business trip, he doesn't know where his life vest is, and he doesn't know how to open an emergency exit because he's too good for that. But he sure certainly could be the first one on the plane. And then, once I always said I don't want to be in a bad one, but like a semi crash, I want to see how people respond on a plane as you need to get out. Who's grabbing their iPads? I heard the flight that went down in the Hudson when Sully Sullenberger, he said he was the last one in. The plane they're in the Hudson, which I'm assuming has got to be not normal. He said he was walking through the plane. Some dude came out of the bathroom in nothing but his boxer shorts. He went in there, got in his boxers, and Sully said, "What are you doing?" And he said, "Well, we're going to swim, aren't we?" Huh?
What?
What? Yeah. So that's panic, and panic can overtake you. But if you're good enough, if you've done, like Dakota said, if you've done everything in your life to get to that point, and muscle memory needs to take over, hopefully you shot the free throws like you should have. Hopefully you did everything every single time, and you're good at it, or you're great at it. And I mean, it's January in the Hudson. I'm not jumping in there in my boxer.
I have a mild fear of flying.
I mean,
Rob's been kicked off planes for less.
Way
You know
less
what I mean?
Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.